From Bigfoot to fighting aliens to references to a movie from the 1990s, be honest with me, how many of y'all have played the GTA 5 single player in 2019? Well, today we've got 10 secret side quests in Grand Theft Auto 5 that you probably forgot about. And as a big single player guy like myself, I obviously love single player more than I do online, even though online is great in its own respective manner. I'm sure a lot of y'all out there probably haven't even touched GTA 5 single player since 2014 or 2015. And be honest with me, I'm sure some of y'all haven't even ever played through the whole GTA 5 single player. Well, we're talking about a game that turned 6 years old in 2019, and it is still as immersive today as it was back then. And it's hard to find a game since then that is this immersive. So if y'all enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. A little love goes a long way. Let's go for 2,000 likes on this video. You could have already left a like. Anyways, if you love Grand Theft Auto, do that. And let's go ahead and take a look at 10 secret side quests in Grand Theft Auto 5 that you probably forgot about. Number 10, Finding Sasquatch. What makes this one so forgettable is that, well, you actually have to achieve 100% game completion to unlock this mission called The Last One. Upon doing this, playing as Franklin, we come across a question mark in the middle of nowhere in Raton Canyon. This is where we engage with a Sasquatch hunter, and he recruits you to help him find the beast. Now, what's very interesting about this side quest alone is that, well, it includes a character from Red Dead Redemption, which would be the Sasquatch hunter, the Sasquatch from Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare. And what's so interesting about this is that this is actually like a word-for-word recreation of this mission from RDR Undead Nightmare. As well as this also kind of puts forth the myth of Bigfoot being in San Andreas from all the way back in 2004. And also, Bigfoot is unveiled to be a teenage boy who happens to look like Jimmy Hopkins. So, all in all, this includes mysteries from Red Dead, GTA San Andreas, and potentially Bully, 3 of Rockstar's other games. Number 9, Thelma and Louise. Now, technically, this isn't a mission. It's more or less just an Easter egg, but it is a really cool occurrence, and it's just neat. So, towards the north part of the map around Raton Canyon, something special happens every day between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m., and it's actually a tornado convertible car carrying 2 women with guitars and a sombrero in the back seat, and it flies off a cliff as the cops are pursuing this vehicle. And this is actually the exact scene we see at the end of the movie from 1991, Thelma and Louise. While the inclusion is just an Easter egg, you can actually save them, which is pretty neat. With the access to a helicopter or the ability just to be really quick, you can block their path, saves their lives, and you actually get a really cool rare car out of the deal. Number 8, a murder mystery. And no, this isn't the murder mystery that was included on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version of GTA 5 as an exclusive. This is a different one. So in GTA, you could play as taxi drivers, business owners, cops, good guys, bad guys, a whole bunch of other things. But what you probably didn't know is that you could help solve a murder. Following the mission Repossession in GTA 5, each of the characters can start collecting their own letter scrapes scattered all around the map. It works similar to the spaceship parts that we're going to talk about in just a few moments. So, there are 50 letters combined that help the player find out about the murder of someone named Leonora Johnson. And playing as Franklin and discovering and finding all 50 of these letters scattered around the state of San Andreas, it points us in the direction to the man named Peter Dreyfus. Now, there's no reward for this mission, but we can actually go to Peter's home in Vinewood and confront him about this murder from many, many decades ago. Number 7, joining a cult. Now, this is by far my most favorite side quest in all of GTA 5. There's tons of everything in GTA 5 that points towards cults, and, well, one of them is the Epsilon program. And you can only do this playing as Michael, and what you must do is just get on your phone, surf the web, head to the Epsilon program website, do a quick survey. Harmless, right? Well, once you do, a question mark appears on your map, and this marker actually triggers a list of 8 missions relating to the Epsilon program. And they're actually fun, but also super annoying. There's this one part of this mission where you're actually in the desert and you gotta walk like 5 miles and there's no point to it and you have to restart because you get ambushed. You gotta steal cars, look for alien parts with an alien gun, so many different things. And all in all, you end up donating like $75,000 to the Epsilon program, all for a simple outfit with a medal. But I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty unique, so I'd say it's worth it. Number 6, a fight with aliens or clowns, depending on who you play as. So sticking with kind of the outer space theme, which is really cool, we're going to talk about one of the strangest things that can happen in Grand Theft Auto 5. And in this situation, instead of fighting fellow criminals or police officers, we're going to battle it out with some aliens. We're going to duke it out in the middle of Los Santos. And this mission is actually triggered by Michael, who can find an activist named Barry around the Park Square in downtown Los Santos. Barry convinces us to take some hits of this joint, and, well, it's laced with some crazy stuff, and it sends Michael on a wild acid trip. Now, these nightmarish visions feature a bunch of aliens that spawn from and out of nowhere, and to make it fun, you get equipped with a minigun with unlimited ammo, and we wage a war between us and these aliens in this wildly unimaginative nightmare. Number 5, the Space Docker. So this is actually the very first ever side quest that I completed in Grand Theft Auto 5 upon beating the game in September 2013. And this one is cool. I still don't know why I started it. I just found a couple spaceship parts and then went on to find them all. So this is one that a lot of players might have forgot about as far as how the Space Docker actually originated, because originally it was just this super secret vehicle in Grand Theft Auto 5. And everyone knows there's a Space Docker in the game. Everyone knows there's all sorts of crazy vehicles in the game. But the Space Docker is probably the coolest and the wackiest. And the real kicker, though, is that it takes a while to get everything needed so that we can actually get this car. The journey begins during the Far Out Strangers and Freaks mission. You'll find when you play as Franklin and you run into a mysterious man named Omega. He says that he was abducted by aliens. From there, that's where we start searching for the 50 spaceship parts. Once we retrieve all of them, Omega uses them to create the Space Docker and actually award it to us. Number 4, on the topic of cults, once again, this time we actually have the Altruist Camp, and this is a cult located way up in the mountains. This cult is actually looking for lost souls in exchange for money, and it's basically a cult of cannibals. And when you do, we actually take these random NPCs or just strangers and freaks out to these guys up in the mountains, only to find out they're cannibals. After 4 offerings, the cult turns on you and tries to eat us as well. Not only is the escape thrilling, but you can pick up briefcases containing $25,000 each along the way. Number 3, armored truck robberies. So this is one of the cool things in GTA 5 that we can actually do and that have access to, but opposed to a single player, well, some of y'all might have forgot about armored truck robberies, and the reason being for that is I believe they were removed from GTA Online years ago now. But once upon a time in GTA Online, there were armored truck robberies, and also you can still find them in the single player to GTA 5. All you need is some sticky bombs, and that's all it takes to blow the doors off the truck. And from there, it's just a fight against 2 guards who they're really easy to take out. And once that's done, you get the money and make your way and continue Grand Theft Autoing. Number 2, the Hangover. So it's hard to imagine since Grand Theft Auto is still so relevant today, but when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, the Hangover franchise was still fresh. It was just like 3 years old at that point. So it makes sense that something relating to those movies was included in the game. There's a point where we can actually come across a man in his underwear tied up to a lamp pole. Upon further investigation, we actually discovered that the scene is the aftermath of a bachelor party that went terribly south. Thankfully, we can help this poor guy out to get to his wedding just in the nick of time, and it's basically a scene straight out of The Hangover. And number 1, searching for nuclear waste in GTA 5 underwater. So one area of Grand Theft Auto 5 that can often go underlooked is the underwater portion of the map. It's just so difficult to navigate under there. It's so vast, it's time consuming, and it's so boring because we're not in a 5,000 mile per hour flying jet with missiles under the water. We're in like a 1.1 mile per hour submarine. Anyways, after completing the Merryweather heist, an option becomes available to purchase the Sonar Collections dock. Upon doing so, we get a submarine, and once we do this, we can actually begin searching for 30 nuclear waste barrels spread out around the shores of the state of San Andreas. And the search is done through the Trackify app, and each barrel earns us $23,000, all in all netting us around $250,000, which is a pretty penny, especially in single player. But with that said, those are actually 10 side quests in Grand Theft Auto 5 that you might have forgot about. Being that the game is over 6 years old now, I just wanted to kind of reminisce today, shed some light on the amazing single player that we do have and all the immersiveness that is in this single player world. If you haven't ever played through some of these, I'd advise you to check them out. If you haven't played through the single player at all, well, what are you doing with your life? Delete GTA right now and just go sit in a corner. You're in trouble. You're in timeout. But anyways, if y'all enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. A little love goes a long way. Consider subscribing as well. We're on the road to 650,000 subscribers. But with that said, I'm Zach Cox. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love you all, and I hope to see you in the next video.